I think I took the approach. What do we have to be proud about? And I think that is like what I disliked about the hyper nationalism within Filipino culture is that they were so prideful that they couldn't look at their mistakes and they didn't want to analyze what we felt, such as being cliquey or the crab mentality culture or the oh man, you weren't Filipino enough, so you couldn't be a kuya.
Oh my god.
So
Fuck that.
Dude, you want to riff on that, like, because I know you experienced this personally.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Some people wouldn't talk to you, right?
Yeah, it's like because of the fact that I was a little bit more of like critical, right? I for one think that yes, we could be defined by our love of dance or love of singing, but as Filipinos, we should really I personally think we have a lot more to really give the world, right? And we don't have to just stick to our whole nursing like studies and all of this. I was very critical about that. I was like, hey, you don't have to be a nurse or an engineer. If you want to go into higher ed, if you want to help other people, that's a good pathway to go. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, like if you want to go against the grain, it's like as long as if you're trying to build a better community, a better self, you know, then I personally think that's worth investing in.
Yeah, but what I'm confused about, right, is the exclusivity of like cliques that's really prevalent within Filipino culture because you don't feel welcomed. I got really surprised because if you go to the Philippines, right, you get welcomed immediately. I remember I recently went to Japan and I visited my aunts, which is like my cousins. Well, they're younger than me, which is kind of weird, where I have aunts that are younger than me, and I know in your case, it's the same shit, right? And they were so welcoming. They kept calling me handsome, which I thought was interesting, right? But
Hey, incest is incest.
I know, right? Hey, shut up. But when it came down to being welcoming, I think in the Philippines, I thought that like this is what it meant to be Filipino, right? I could automatically see being welcoming within our culture. But when you go to, I remember during our college days, right?
They just fucking stare at you
know.
like you're an outsider.
Yeah, and if you just stray away from what the norm is, if you don't sing, you don't dance, you don't look like a fucking hype beast, you don't wear the finest Jordans or whatever, then you didn't like fit in.